to all you bozos out there who do not know how to get C-Moon, I'm going to teach you in under 1 minute, okay? How to get C-Moon in YBA. Look for Rokas and arrows. Eat Roka, use arrow. Eat Roka, use arrow. Eat Roka, use arrow. Eat Roka, use arrow. Look for arrows and Rokas. Eat Roka, use arrow. 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 Get White Snake, 1% chance. Get Dio's Diary, talk to Poochie. Kill 100 sinners, get Green Baby. Use Worthiness 5, use Green Baby. Now, you have C-Moon. Wow, that's amazing. 23 seconds and 58 milliseconds. Wow, I'm so cool. Okay, so now you guys know how to get C-Moon. I have a few statements I want to make. C-Moon is a brain dead stand. Many of you probably just heard me say that and thought to yourself, oh, go figure, C-Moon is a brain dead stand. Many people know this, so I'm going to elaborate on what I mean by C-Moon is a brain dead stand in this video. I'm going to be showing the movesets, the strategies, the improvements that you can make on it, and the things that I don't like about it. And yes, I am copying Eclipse, if you want to call it that. I'm going to make a review on C-Moon, so please, if you haven't subscribed to Eclipse, I doubt he would need my help because he has like 100k subs in 2 months or so. So just go sub to him if you can, and yeah, let's get on with the video. Alright, the first move is uppercut to the moon. When you hit someone with it, they will be thrown up into the air, dealing 12 damage, and after a few seconds, they will be thrown to your cursor, wherever it is pointing, and deal another 12 damage. It'll also do a bit of stun, and here it is. So our next move is Surface Inversion Punch. 2 to 3 seconds after you hit the opponent, they will be thrown back, dealing a mediocre amount of damage and bleed. This is what it is. Right, so our next move is Gravitational Shift. C-Moon lets out a cry and shifts gravity around them, dealing 9.4 damage. C-Moon and its user also gains movement speed and jump speed. This move is very useful if you want to land a free hit. So our next move is Gravitational Negation, which is a counter move. After C-Moon and the user lets off a small wind-up, anyone or anything that attacks the player will be thrown into the ground with a lot of weight. This is very similar to the Echoes Act 3 freeze. Here it is. So that is the end of the moveset. It's a very short moveset, but a really powerful one. So now, let's get on to the combos. Alright, so these are some of the combos I'm going to be showing you. Some of them are going to be Hamon, some of them are going to be speckless. So here they are. Right, so the first combo is the very classic uppercut to the moon. Throw your opponent to a corner, zoom punch them, maybe do a surface inversion punch, and if they block, break their block, and here it is. You can add a bit of M1s if you want to magnify the power. You could do this speckless if you wanted to do it speckless. If the part where you should do the zoom punch, you could do a barrage, but after the barrage, they might block, and they might just block your surface inversion punch. Maybe any other move you're going to be using, so you can improvise on this, but this is the one I would preferably go with. Alright, so our next very epic combo is a surface inversion punch and then uppercut to the moon. What will basically happen is that they will be hit by the surface inversion punch, and then they will fly upwards, be thrown to the ground, probably dealing around 80 damage with Hamon, 50 damage with Speckless. This is really powerful. It's really underrated. This is probably the reason why C-Moon is busted and it's a brain dead stand, but yeah.
Guys, I'm gonna be AFK.
Alright, so this is our next combo. It's pretty similar to the first one. Basically, you should gravitational shift, use uppercut to the moon, throw them into a corner, hit them a few times, maybe if they're blocking, block break with the barrage finisher, and just barrage them because they might not have their standout. Our final combo is a specless one. You don't need any spec to do it. So basically, you uppercut to the moon, you pilot, you throw them into a corner, and then you start barraging them. This is a lot of damage overall, and I would recommend it. You can add more stuff at the end, but I wouldn't do that because, as you can see, he just parried me, and that's it for the combos. Time for the strategies. If you want to play C-Moon as a close range stand, it's actually quite easy. If you're Hamon, which I recommend getting the spec for C-Moon because it can go close range and long range. If you're Hamon, you can dash up to someone, just zoom punch them, use uppercut to the moon, or surface inversion. I usually use uppercut. If counters are really easy to land in C-Moon, they're not like GR's counters, which they're just really bad and have a long cooldown. This actually is a balanced counter, I would say. They can barrage in the counter, but it's easy to go behind their back because they don't usually just spam barrage every single time. It actually takes time for them to know that they're being countered and just start barraging you. So I would go behind them and use uppercut to the moon, probably use pilot and barrage them just like the last combo in the combo section. So yeah, that's all for close range. Now for long range, it's pretty simple. All you need to do is just try to get as far as you can without going away from your stand range. Just pilot and go down if you're from an elevated structure. And when they start hitting you, you can use your counter because I think you can move while you're countering in pilot, which is a really broken thing. That's what I'm gonna be moving on to the improvements. It's absolutely broken, and the good thing about C-Moon's pilot is that you can just spam N1s and they won't be able to do anything about it because you're moving so fast. And even if they start barraging you, you can barrage them back, and then you can use gravitational shift and uppercut to the moon them, throw them into a corner, start spamming M1s, charge up your Hamon if you have any, surface inversion punch, and absolutely destroy them, right? So that's it for the strategies section. It's a pretty cancer strategy. This is why I'm going to be moving on to the improvements next, and then the conclusion. Now, by no means am I an expert reviewer, right? This is literally my first reviewing video on YBA and its stands, so please pardon me if I have made something wrong in the video or something here. So I'm going to be talking about my improvements. Some of these improvements were recommended to me by some of my viewers, so yeah. My thoughts on gravitational shifts when you click Z on C-Moon, it is absolutely busted. It is really easy to hit, it grants you a free combo, it can be a combo extender, but it really just gives you like the advantage to take half of your enemy's health away. Not to mention that the range of gravitational shift is absolutely massive. You can hit anyone from anywhere. It's absolutely gigantic. It's busted. And also the wind up is so minuscule. Like, they should give it probably like 2 to 3 seconds of wind up before you actually use it. It would give it a bit more balancing so that they know it's coming and then they can block it. Or maybe since it has a long wind up, it can end up block breaking instead, and it can give you a good combo, but they will still be able to barrage. Alright, so let's move on to our next move, gravitational negation. This is really OP, but sometimes it's not OP. I really like how if you miss the counter, you get punished for that. I absolutely agree with that, but what I don't agree with is very little end lag that is on gravitational negation. Like, if you successfully hit someone with gravitational negation, you can seriously just combo someone and deal half of their health in probably just 3 moves. So that would be my recommendations for gravitational negation. Just be aware that I am not always right. This is just my opinion. Alright, so our next move is going to be uppercut to the moon. For this, I probably have only 1 point. Basically, when you get flung up and you can choose wherever they want to go by crashing them down like a meteor, I would recommend probably 1 or 2 seconds of invincibility from the opponent that gets flung. Probably because you can immediately get hit by a zoom punch and then start getting comboed. I only have 1 point on surface inversion punch, and it is that it should not be able to be blocked. If you take away the bleed and reduce the damage a bit, and make it unblockable, you can parry it and block it though. But if it's unblockable, if the second punch where you get flung back is unblockable and there's no bleed, and you reduce the damage, then I think it might be balanced. Maybe increase the cooldown on that a bit, because if it's unblockable, then it really isn't fair the way it is now. Right, so thank you for watching the video, and I just want to say thank you for sticking until the end. Right now, C-Moon is a very broken stand, and I'm gonna keep it until it's not broken, because, you know, I love broken stands, and I love destroying people with them, because, you know, you can just see the toxic anyways. But my rating for this would be probably 4 gravities out of like 5 fire extinguishers. That's pretty good. Pretty good rating.